Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the marketing research presentation for Group 2 in Obaid's Tuesday tutorial at 9 a.m. We began our marketing research project through carefully reviewing the Harvey Norman client brief and creating the following management decision problem. How can we use technology to project a young brand image to Generation Y to increase their purchases in the segments of electronics and home furnishings?
From this, we decided that the marketing research problem was to identify the features that would attract Generation Y to downloading and using a mobile application to improve Harvey Norman's brand image and ultimately increase purchases.
After establishing our market research problem, these are the research objectives we will be discussing in detail in this presentation.
We've used an exploratory research design as a part of our qualitative research. This is to explore the characteristics of Generation Y and to gain preliminary insight into their behavior and decision process. We started up with the management decision problem, redefined it to marketing research problem, and broke it down to research objectives. This is to be able to get answers and build it back up to finally be able to answer the management decision problem.
The first step in creating a sampling plan is to define the target population, which we established in our marketing research problem as Generation Y. The second step is to establish the data collection method, which we used focus groups and interviews. The third step is to identify the sampling frame, which we defined as individuals between the ages of 18 and 33, both females and males who are familiar with mobile applications. The fourth step in this sampling plan process is to select the appropriate sampling method. We chose a diverse group of individuals of both international and Australian who are members of Generation Y. The fifth step is to determine the sampling size, which we decided it was appropriate to have 20 individuals for the focus groups and 30 for the personal interviews. Lastly was the creation of the operational plan. For both the focus groups and individuals, we gave team members the freedom to select their own participants following the established criteria above. Focus groups were conducted with one moderator and one assistant and recorded on video. Interviews were conducted either in person or on Skype, and although they had a previously prepared question list, team members were free to ask more questions in order to gain more pertinent information.
Our pilot test included broad questions to determine the direction of our final survey. After this test, focus groups and depth interviews, we identified the following constructs for our final survey. These resemble our research objectives, but worded in a way that is measurable. So they are features that project a young brand image, Gen Y current trends in app shopping, and information sharing through mobile apps. Assignment and order properties were used in our scale.
Now we're going to present our findings. The first research objectives is in what ways can a mobile application project a young brand image? Our research shows that Generation Y thinks that a mobile application makes it easier and more accessible to get in touch with the company, and it also shows that they are being serious. But it is important that the app is useful for its purpose. Special qualities to convey a young brand image is to have an app that is innovative, functional, and easy to use, as well as trendy with nice design and vibrant colors. Our research shows that reasonable prices and discount to students attracts Generation Y, as well as always having the newest product on the market. Other qualities that convey a young brand image is that the company or products are created by young people or that they have young staff working in-store. By playing advertisements in media commonly viewed by young people and with young people in the ads also helps express a young brand image. Overall, it's important for companies to keep up with new technology to survive and not to be outdated.
Our next research objective was to identify the current trends in mobile app shopping within Gen Y. We found there was some unwillingness to purchase off mobile apps, and this was mainly due to security fears regarding online payments. Instead, there was also a unanimous perception of apps as more of a browsing tool rather than a purchasing tool. Users preferred to prolong their browsing on an app with filters. This is mainly because it eases the browsing process, particularly on an app with a multitude of product categories. Also, our respondents were willing to purchase repeated purchases off an app such as pizza or groceries simply because they do not require further information before buying. Thus, companies with more complex products should not solely expect mobile app sales, but rather use the mobile app to provide preliminary research prior to the in-store experience. Finally, there was a general lack of awareness of mobile shopping apps in general, as most companies failed to adequately market their apps to promote initial downloading.
The third marketing research objective allowed us to focus on competitors of Harvey Norman in the product categories of laptops, headphones, beds, and sofas that emit a young brand image. For laptops, Apple was mentioned in 75% of the interviews. Also frequently mentioned was JB Hi-Fi. Apple was recognized as having a young brand image for being innovative, having new products, incorporating vibrant colors in their products, and also providing product lines that were at a lower price point, such as the iPhone 5C. JB Hi-Fi was recognized as having a youthful brand for their in-store atmosphere. Employees tend to dress more casually, are young, and are engaging with their customers. For the product category of headphones, Beats by Dr. Dre, Apple, and JB Hi-Fi were all mentioned multiple times. Beats by Dr. Dre was described as having a young brand image because the product is really popular, trendy, and advertising is usually fun with bright colors and young models. For the product category of beds and sofas, IKEA was mentioned in 55% of the interviews. Lazy Boy was also frequently mentioned. IKEA was identified as having a young brand image because the products are reasonably priced and are functional, along with being easy to assemble. As a secondary question for this research objective, we asked if it was necessary for companies to have a mobile application in order to have a young brand image. The responses were mixed. However, many people thought that it was an added bonus to have a mobile application, or that even if it's not necessary to have one now, in the future it will be as mobile application shopping becomes more popular.
The next research objective was how can we integrate the mobile application to improve Generation Y's in-store experience. However, we decided not to pursue this research objective because the focus group made it very clear that they would not use an in-store application and that an in-store application would not help to improve brand image either. They mentioned facts such as they would rather talk to an actual person in store. While you're in store, you often are carrying a lot of things around, so it'd be hard to use an app, and you need people in store because you remember good customer service.
The fifth research objective was to find the most effective way to give information about electronics and home furnishings through a mobile app. Our respondents wanted the app to give a personalized interface which gave tailor-made product recommendations by analyzing the user's previous searches and purchases. Our respondents also wanted the products to be categorized in a logical order. Many participants emphasized this by saying navigating through a small device such as a mobile phone is often a tedious task. The respondents also preferred a simplistic design by commenting, "I reckon simple. If I know how to use it, I'll download it." Having a product review or rating function was also frequently mentioned, as they believed that they were more inclined to purchase the product if it has a positive review.
And now onto our recommendations.
For a mobile application, everyone stressed that it be simple and useful. In order to achieve this, we recommend having a GPS store locator. This was continually met with positive feedback because it would make it easy to find local stores. Product categories would be another useful feature because it would make navigation simple. Filters for product type, price, brand, and color would streamline the navigation process. Customer reviews would give more in-depth information as well as reassurance. Suggestions made by the app based on browsing history may also be helpful so long as they are not too invasive. PayPal is a trusted and secure company for transactions. And lastly, social media allows for the use of email and Pinterest for sharing products. The design should use vibrant colors, minimum text, be simple, and have scrolling features.
Finally, we highly advise the following variables for Harvey Norman to implement in order to generate a youthful brand image. In regards to advertising, the use of vibrant colors alongside young models and actors endorsing products that appeal to Gen Y, such as headphones and other electronics, will strengthen the association between Harvey Norman and a younger target market. Furthermore, Harvey Norman need not lower their price points, as we found that most prices of electronics aligned with the major competitor JB Hi-Fi, but rather they should emphasize their prices through magnifying the prices against a bright background to spark Gen Y's interest. Now, to improve the in-store experience for Gen Y, Harvey Norman should hire young staff that are engaging and lively in order to stimulate a fun atmosphere that JB Hi-Fi effectively executes, which is well received by Gen Y. To complement the younger staff, popular music and fun product displays would further enhance the in-store experience for Gen Y. And finally, our sample highlighted exclusive offers such as student discounts or promotions as a paramount factor when deciding which store to purchase from. This is mainly because it gives them a great deal of satisfaction knowing that a company genuinely appreciates their business.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.